BagFuel, baby.
BagFuel, we back, New Jersey edition. I got my man to the left of me. You already know.
Heineken live in full effect, man.
And we got a special guest who's my man, my brother, but he don't do this shit like that. So it's a privilege to have him on here.
Yes.
The one and only AZ in the
Man,
motherfucking
what's good?
building.
BagFuel, I'm here, man. Finally.
Yeah,
let me get a dab one time, man.
Of course.
Yeah,
It only
sure
took me
did.
like, yo, he been postponing us for about a year now. He said, yo, I'm gonna come on the show when it's the right time. So I guess it's the right time.
Right time.
Listen, you one of the most requested.
Right.
Like, people want to hear your story. They just want to hear you talk.
That's crazy.
Like, AZ. I don't even know who else is on that list of tiers, like, when it's most requested. Why you don't rock with doing these interviews?
I mean, to me, it's a lot of gossip shit. I'm really not the gossip type of guy. I'm more laid back, and I like watching the circus, more or less. Like, not to really call it circus. I just like to watch the bullshit. It's easy to get caught up. It's hard to get out. You know what I mean? So that's what it been.
What do you hate about the business? Because me and you talk a lot about different things, and just so people know, we don't always agree with each other about the business and the creative process. What don't you like about it?
The music business, more or less the business itself. You know what I mean? Like, the artists get the short side of the stick half the time, and you know we usually come in the game early and we don't know the business. And it takes years to try to figure it out. And once you do figure it out, you caught up in the red tape, you know what I mean? And I'm still trying to get a few masters back. I got a lot of masters back, but it's like, you know, 2 major ones I'm trying to get back right now, and that's the headache part.
What are the 2 you trying to get back?
Oh yeah, I'm going through it right now, so I won't throw it in the air. But yeah, it's the major 2. I'm just trying to get them back, but you realize how much red tape you get caught in, and they'll literally tell you, like, we're into exploiting. We're not into, you know, making you rich. We making ourselves rich. You know, more or less said, that's how they give it up, you know?
Interesting. Any particular holdup that you're like, yo, I shouldn't be having to go through this, or it's just the standard?
I mean, after a certain amount of years, I think everything should revert back to an artist. After 30 years, I think everything, you know what I mean? But, you know, you got tax write-offs, you got all type of shit that we know business now, and more or less they don't give a fuck. They'll find something, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you could put that in your paperwork. I don't think people knew that. Some do, but there's 12-year reversion, and they usually make you recoup before you can get the reversion, get the stuff back, but that doesn't necessarily mean you own the master. You feel what I'm saying? So if you own the master, what's your plan? Because everybody wants to get their masters.
I mean, you just want to have them because...
But how you making money off
I mean,
of it?
because with masters, movies, you know what I mean? That metaverse world coming in, they're gonna be a lot. That's why people, I think, they're buying everybody masters now. You know what I mean?
Catalog, yeah.
They catalog.
Interesting.
So they're gonna use it. I'm sure it's a plan. So you want it because you want to be able to put it in movies, put it in video games, put it in commercials. You get paper for that. So the artists get their share, but when you own, you get more than, you know, just the artist share. When you own the masters.
Do you think there's a play we're not seeing with the metaverse? 'Cause for you to mention it.
It's a play with everything. You know, we always years behind at the end of the day. You know what I mean? We always years behind. So I feel when I see everybody selling it, it's a play. It's a play going on. Yeah.
We just had Styles P on Monday, and I asked Styles P that, and he felt the same way. We all feel the same way. I'm like, why is this whole structure even? When was it born that they're buying people's publishing and like this? Like, this is
It's something going on we don't know.
It's a whole brand new thing. And I told Styles P, I said, it gotta be something that they're planning ahead, something that's a cash out that we don't really know.
Facts.
But even with the masters, isn't it hard to facilitate getting into movies and stuff like that? To be able to use the masters?
Not necessarily. It's like having agents for anything. You know what I'm saying? You got sport agents. You got people that, you know, go get sponsorships, and then you hire people to do things for you. You know what I mean? So they pitch. You know, you got pitchers. You know, they pitch. You got the people that administrate certain things. They pitch. You know, and then some people that do movies, you have certain things in mind. You know, like my homie, he write movies. A business partner, and then he already hears certain records, like he writing certain scenes, so he already know what's up. So, you know.
So he wants to reach out to people like that. I think you being in the front of the camera, although that you don't like it. I think you being in front of the camera, I think that you're gonna reap a lot more benefits than you did prior because of the digital age. You know what I'm saying? When you're in front of the camera now, although people might have you in mind, now it's gonna be more people that's gonna keep you in mind because you're fresh in their mind, and they're gonna go back to records. Just like Cosmic Kev. As soon as he knew that we was coming over here, he went back to a record that he liked, that he felt that a label did not push. So you being in front of the camera I feel like it just helps because you got the charisma and people love you. And you one of the dudes. It's like I call it's like a old school star, meaning that we never really got to see y'all.
Right.
Now this new age, everybody gets to see everybody.
Fresh and brand new.
There's nothing secret no more. And I miss the times when it was just us in the party.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? There was no way to know where this party was. You just have to be lucky and be like,
right?
all these,
and you gotta know somebody.
You gotta know somebody. Those was the time.
Nah, but hey, like right now, the way you rebranding yourself and introducing yourself to the people, like, where do you feel the angle of the money's gonna come in? Because
I'm trying to get it from all angles. Right now, I just got to reacclimate myself in the game again. You know, I got a resurgent from seeing artists from my era put music out. So I'm like,
such as who?
We know Nas is
Nas, he motivates me all the time. But
Really?
you got Busta, you got you know, a lot of cats actually.
Man still put music out.
Man, we could name a slew of them. A lot of them put music out, and it's like, you know, the way the era's been changed, you know, because our era, it wasn't the digital era. We was out, we had to make our moves, make our presence felt, you know, so now I just feel like, you know, let me get back in the game, and I mean, all the doors is open when you're back in the game, every door.
Why haven't we seen this? And hopefully we could get this.
Right.
Why is Nas and AZ never did an album together?
Nas and AZ did so much music, man, right? You gotta understand, we've been doing it since '94, right? We've been doing it, I'm on his first album, he on my first album, I'm on the second album. We did the Firm album, he's on my second album. Like, we did so much music, look how long we've been in the game. So now, it's like, yo, he got other things he need to accomplish as well as myself, you know what I mean? He's his own man, so that's where we at. Like, he had to do he got other animals and things that he's dealing with, and then he has dreams and aspirations that he on his own, so he gonna attack it. I gotta do the same, and that's where he was. Like, I was trying to figure out all my shit. The business was like, mind you, I was on EMI, then they folded. I went to Virgin, then that was up in the air. Then I went to, I don't know if you remember Yam Yum, that was part of Electric. I was there for a minute, and then I went to Motown, and from Motown, you know, the independent thing, everybody independent. I went to Koch for a half a second, which turned to E1. Then, you know, I did my own thing, right? So all of that, I'm trying to figure out my shit, right? So, you know the worlds he went through, because his shit was broadcasting, so he got to attack them. I'm attacking this, so there was no really room for that. You know what I mean? If it do happen, it's cool, but we put so much work in. We got a catalog within itself.
But one of the demands I'm seeing from the people is they want to see at least 3 to 5 songs with you, Nas, and Mega.
Yeah,
That's it.
Mega,
just y'all
dumb,
three
Mega
going dumb, crazy, no hooks.
Yeah.
Y'all just spitting that. Like, is that feasible? Is that possible? Just 3 songs.
So wait, you think people really want to hear that? Wait, let's talk. 94, 2004.
Yes.
A whole new wave of artists came, a whole new wave of artists behind us that's resurfacing as well. We still kicking our little, you think who want to hear that?
I'm going to answer your question. You just said you was inspired. Nas was one of the people to inspire to put out a fresh new batch of music.
Right.
Not to say there weren't other reasons for you to put out your music. We understand that. Right. I be around dudes, different age ranges. I'm hearing how they cheer for Mega, getting hype. We went to Mega's show. I hear when people demand for AZ, we want that. I'm seeing Nas moving units. Now, the 3 spitters that they haven't really gotten new material from in, 20 years? Yeah, there's a demand. I know hip-hop is in a different space with lyricism not being so in the forefront. It's all about beats. But y'all 3 dudes, you don't even got to be a big project, just 3 songs. Here y'all go, feed the streets, work out the paperwork, boom. What you think, S?
What my idea is, I thought about that because I thought about the back and forth with him and Nas because it puts me to mind of Jada and Styles P.
Yeah.
That we would be able to get the yin and the yang. When you incorporate Cormega, I'm thinking more like on a show level. Like, that's dope to have certain niggas come out and be a part of a tour. That's make it vintage. So if you on a tour,
or they're cleaning.
Cormega does the records that he had that people love. Then he has the ones with the firm that they have incorporated. That to me, that's a dope vintage platform. And then if Foxy's performing, Foxy come out, then to me, I would definitely go see that, because how I know that A's thinking, A thinks a lot like me. Things for him have to be A1, right? So when he says, who's gonna listen to this, where's it gonna go from there? Yeah, we can feed some fans that might wanna hear it, but where's it gonna go from there? Is that the best route for AZ, Nas, and Cormega to take, or would it be over here?
So it's bigger than just fanfare.
It's bigger than, it's music. So at this point in business, and people that's 40 years old and in this game, the business has to make sense
All
too.
day. Yeah.
So for Nas, it's gonna be harder for Nas because Nas has stability with labels. All AZ told you was he went from this label to that label. You gotta get to know new people. They're not gonna push your record. They might not understand They might realize like this is a good investment. Let's bring him over here or something like that.
So what would it take, A, from your standpoint, aside from everything Esso just laid out?
What would it take for what?
Just to, whether it be a Nas record, a Cormega record, because he rolled out everything that's needed.
Well, let me say this first. I got to reacclimate myself again, right? Because it's self-preservation first, right? My catalog is everything in this game now in this digital world. I got to get my catalog to a point before I start thinking about anything else, right? It's like you got to take care of yourself before you take care of everybody else. Priorities. So basically, it's just really getting your brand. Once your brand is where it's at, it's a no-brainer. Because to be like, yo, what would it take? It'll be a no-brainer if everybody's brand is right here, right? So homie brand is there already, right? I'm kicking that motherfucker door down. My brand got to be there. Like, it's just mandatory. It's in my DNA. And I know Mega doing what he do. If it happened, it happened. But if it don't, you got to understand the history that was already
It's already
made.
established.
It was already established. So if it do happen, that's a cherry on top. If it don't, we did our 1-2. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
this is more for fan shit, but like what we
it's the fans buying shit. What are Fuck, y'all gonna buy it? What's up, man?
Thank you. It ain't just me.
Let's get a petition going. Then we get it popping. Other than that,
in fairness, I understand it, because after what we went through with My Expert Opinion, and people was like, are y'all gonna go back? Going through it in real time, I can understand why it's like, nah, this was this, we did what we did. So I understand both angles.
Yeah, we didn't do as much as they did. You know what I'm saying? They did years.
We made an impact.
Towards, we did make an impact, but I'm saying you was on there for a year, I was there for 9 months. These motherfuckers got, it took back then, it's taking 2 years to make an album. You know what I'm saying? So they have time in, they doing other things. They done did shows together. They done been around the block. So imagine how we already feel when we're saying, yo, let's just move forward. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's right. Yeah, I can look at it from that perspective too when you say that.
It doesn't pay. Why? I want to be delicate. I know you don't like to talk about yourself. What is it about you that you feel like you're still fresh in people's minds?
Yeah.
The love is still the same. You come and go as you please with your music. I know you still go across season tour. What do you think is about yourself that you got the ability to stay on people's minds that way?
I think it wasn't by design, but I think I'm like the Loch Ness Monster. Like, you know what I mean? Like, wait, we ain't see, is that him? You know, I come and go. I stick and move. You know, I learned that just from growing up, just staying out the way. You know what I mean? I stay in my lane. And it just makes sense when somebody, they don't overexpose themselves. You know what I mean? So I like I said, it wasn't by design. It was by circumstances, but it played itself out. You know what I mean? So I guess they know when I get it in, I get it in. You know what I'm saying? It's like a player that's getting traded to different teams. They know the work they put in, but until they find that team to make sense for them to win that championship, they're gonna stay moving. But the fans or people that fuck with them always gonna follow them. Like, yo, now you get busy, you're gonna put up a certain amount of points. Like, I do my numbers, but I just ain't with the bullshit. It's just headache shit. I be seeing it. I be like, you know what I mean? Like, certain people we know better. You know what I mean? But
how tough is it for you to acclimate with what's going on, being the artist that how you grew up and how we all live to now? Because Esso told me a story about how y'all met a fan at the Nets game, and it's so different now. every artist had to be like private, very
yeah.
discreet. You ain't see him. Now you got to be a personality 24/7.
Well, that's where I'm fucking up at. Can't you see? I ain't in the mix. So that's where I'm fucking up, and that comes. You know, right now they selling more personality than business.
And you got tons of personality, eh?
Right.
Come on, more than.
But still, I'm not. I wouldn't call that selling myself. I'm not a motherfucking beat like that. Like we ain't from like, I gotta get it, yo, fuck that. Where y'all going? Let's go. Like from how I was when we was outside before the social media shit. I ain't gonna call the suckers was inside or the green people was inside. We was outside. So now with the social media, everybody outside. I'm doing the opposite. I always went the opposite. Now I'm inside. I'm watching. When I was out, I was doing what it do. I was young, you know what I mean? But now that everybody feel like they about it, and this, that, and the third, so everybody's doing everything, I'm going that route. You know what I mean? So hope that's more or less, like I said, not by design, but that's what's keeping me alive, I think.
How about keeping you fresh with the music? What do you turn to for that? Because I know you ain't jacking what they got going on right now. You're not pulling no inspiration from these young dudes. They not, and it's not taking nothing away from them. Right. They don't have to focus on spitting. They don't have to focus on lyrics. And to their credit, like I said about Lola Brooke, a lot of them don't have time. I thought about Lola Brooke, and I always say this. I said, we seen her at the concert. Yeah. Right. I said this before. We seen her late 2 freestyles for Cosmic Kev. Right. And right after she came off stage, I saw her running up and down in Philly, up and down the hallway, doing more content to show people that she's at the concert. That's a lot of work for somebody that got to come up and still stay fresh and write their rhymes.
Right. That's crazy. Yeah, she put work in. That's work.
That's putting work in. So because of that, I feel like they don't have time to put the work into the lyrics. They're not investing into it. Right. There's no collaboration. So where you getting your inspiration from?
My inspiration is within. I mean, I'm a little older. I've been through so much shit. Like, we've been around so much shit. There's nothing under the sun I ain't been around. Nothing. So there's really not the front like that. It's just really like, so it's really, I can just pull from within. It's not even about, I don't look for the inspiration from nobody. It's just myself, my personal drive. You know what I mean? Like, got to push myself.
I don't think people know how you knew Big and stuff like that. I don't think people go back to the dead president's time. You was at the Monopoly table with the real money. I didn't know Aiden, but I was like, that scene to me with Dame, it was you, Big, Dame, and somebody else, right?
Smooth the Hustler was there too.
Smooth the Hustler. Shout out to Smooth, shout out to Trigger. Shout out to Smooth and Trigger. Yeah. I don't think people understand what that was the magnitude of hip hop and shit like that.
We didn't know what that was. We was just moving off a vibration. And it was a great thing at that time because, Jay was he was getting his foot in the door at the time. Big already made his mark. And I think at that particular time, Sugar Hill was out. So it was just like a good vibe at that time. You know what I mean? We knew everybody was about their business and everybody had the same goal, was to be great. You know what I mean? So it was good energy.
What made Big stand out? Because you was cool with him. And you not a dude that's just cool with niggas because they rap. What was it about him that?
Oh, Big, he spit. He, you know what I mean? Not just because he's from Brooklyn. We ain't gonna say that. But nah, Big was a spitter and he represented the culture. He got fly. You know what I mean? He just did all the right things that was needed, as well as, everybody from that era. To me, we were making the mold at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like the artists before us that inspired us, they was more, lyrical but metaphoric. And then when we came, we brought the life to the table. Like, oh shit, we had our foot in it. We young, but we had our foot in it, and this is what's going on now. So we brought what's going on now to the table. You know what I mean? And that's what made it fly. And Big spit it from his perspective, from him being from the style, and everybody from that area was spitting it. I'm from East New York, Jay Marcy and so forth, so on, and everybody else that was in the era at that time, the Wu was doing them, the Bridge was doing them, and it was just the life. We spoke about the life, so.
I just realized it was 4 Brooklyn niggas at that table. It just made me realize Smooth, Jay, Big, and Smooth. Oh, and I'm sitting there. I'm up here like at the table focused on with the rappers. It was just.
Oh, on the rap side, yeah.
Let me ask you this, man. You're revered in Brooklyn.
Right.
and you've worked with so many Queens dudes.
Right.
Like when Jay and Nas was going at it, did you ever try to like settle it between them, make it calm?
You know what? Not really, because at the end of the day, you know, we seen what happened with Big and Pac. It was crazy, and then they think it was after. Not only that, right? I know, you know, they both could hold each other down, and not only that, Nas is the type. He kind of like me in a sense that I noticed, like when the shit, we like to handle our own shit. We ain't gonna involve nobody else, because we gonna step to the business, and whatever outcome gonna be, right? So he got low. So not necessarily nobody really even knew.
He just got
low.
low.
He got low
He
for a minute. But you gotta understand, when certain people get low, it's like somebody, if you beefing with them, and they like, oh, word? That's a nigga you gotta watch out for. So when they get low, that's the calm before the storm, right? So I didn't really know what was gonna happen, but I knew something, because you know he get busy, and you know when your pride's on the table, your ego, then you gotta strike back. When, I don't know how, I don't know, but. Where
was you at when you first heard Ether then?
Where was I? He didn't necessarily let me hear it.
Or
but
how did you hear it?
I heard it. I think I heard it like everybody else on the radio. On the radio, I think I was on the West Side, and then I think who played it first? It was a K-Slate.
What was your thoughts when you heard the song?
This motherfucker, he was going crazy. This motherfucker going crazy. Oh, yo.
You called him?
Yeah, I called him. You know, I should go straight to voicemail at that time. Like, oh man. But now it was on though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? It was hip hop.
It's hip hop though. It's an iconic moment. Yeah. You know. Speaking of, you was talking about being at the gambling table, like that.
Oh yeah.
People don't know you a gambling dude, man.
I'm too much, man. You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, you don't want to?
That's all good. I mean, I love poker. I love dice. I mean, who don't? Like this, that's from when you grow up. It was passing the time.
On the
you
block.
Know, we playing spades. You know what I mean? We playing pity pat. You know what I mean? It's just it kills time, and it's a beautiful thing.
What's the crazy amount you lost? You was like, yo, man.
Yeah, I lost some paper. I won some paper, but I lost some paper too. Yeah.
Any rapper took your money, you was like, I'm gonna wait till I come.
I play with a couple of cats.
Who's a shark?
Who's a shark? Meaning what?
Like a rapper.
Who's good?
Like
who's good? Like good at the table? Who's solid?
Who's solid, man? Yo, I remember actually with BET. I remember we was playing poker on BET with Clue, and I forgot who was at the table. I don't think neither one of y'all was, man. I didn't even think my people was around, but it was on BET. I forgot.
Yeah.
I think it was Envy.
You shot it on 106 in Park.
Yeah, you was there?
Yes.
God damn, I know it was Envy.
Rock Wilder was there. Envy. I came with Envy.
Yeah.
Clue was there. Rock Wilder was there. Denzel Washington was upstairs. That's when they had Free and AJ.
Right.
Free shit. I was there.
Yeah. But I played with a couple of cats. More or less love playing with my peoples. You know what I mean? Where because you know. When you gambling, sometimes people tend to verbally get disrespectful, and it's hard when you fucking with strangers and they try and assassinate your character. And now it becomes personal. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, poker and dice is my thing.
How you feel about people? Because I'm not gonna say their name. Right. I don't want to put about people saying that Big wasn't a legend before he died, but Tupac was.
I don't even get into them dialogues. They still talk about Big like they talk about Pac. It was two different energies in the air, you know what I mean? Come on, man. Big paved the way at that time with us coming through. He the one that really was stomping the yard and really on that radio like full flat. Everybody know from 9-4, Big, that was Big airwaves. Like Hot 9-7 was him, you know what I mean? He was doing it how it's supposed to be done, you know what I mean? So they both legends, man.
What about your record that you got coming out? Who's some of the producers that you got up there?
On the album?
On the album.
The album, truth be told, the album, all Buck Wild. He did the whole
Buck
album.
Wild did the whole album?
The whole album,
okay.
It makes it right. When I think about it, even though it ain't, like you understand, like for Guru, Primo did his whole album, and even Death Row, Dre do the whole album. So it's been done. Even like Trackmasters, they did, no, I think they did Nas' whole album. It was written, but then even with Mines, with Pieces of a Man, they did about 90% of it. But when you do something with a producer, now that I notice, it makes it less complicated because now you don't have to look for material. You could just pick and just vibe. You know what I mean? It's not like I got this sound. Let me wait for this. Yo, come on, man, send these tracks, yo. You know what I mean? When you're in the house, it's like
You lock in.
You lock in, give you a slow beats, and you could connect the dots. You know what I mean?
Do you think that you should have did that when you was younger? Just lock in with one producer?
I did with Trackmasters. With Peace of Man
Peace
was
of
that
Man,
one. You know what I mean?
okay.
But I think LES was on 1 or 2. But LES been on my first couple
LES,
albums.
yeah.
But yeah, it was done. But it makes sense. Kind of makes sense. But then, like I said, when you getting in the game, trying to feel your way around, you know what I mean? You don't know. You know, you learn as you go. You know, it just makes sense. It's less stress, less headaches, and you get shit done faster.
How will you bring exposure to your projects now? Because everything's different. You know what I'm saying? They don't play older dudes on radio. They got some stations that's still showing niggas love the correct way.
Right.
What's your plan like to just expose everybody and let them know that your record's here?
The same way like everybody else do. Social media. That's all I got. Social media, shows. You know what I mean? And let the world travel. That's it.
Because I feel like if you was out more, I know you don't like being out with certain things. You pop out, if it's a Jay-Z and Nas and then you see A right there with his fresh and his fly on.
Yeah.
Bro, what would it take to have you outside more to promote the project and you comfortable with it?
I'm promoting now what you want from me. Like, I don't get it. Yo.
I was kidding, yo.
No, I get it. How much can a person? Less. I'm
Times
saying.
have
But here's
changed,
the fly shit. Here's what I'm peeping. Here's what I'm peeping. People doing things. They call it clickbait now. I'm catching on to these words. They do shit for this rival shit. I'm not doing that, bro. I'm not. This is not happening.
I know that's why you sit with people like us and you're going.
Yeah, I'm not.
With this question, this niggas gonna click on it.
Yeah, it's all good.
Complex, I felt like disrespected you. When they had the list, the top 50 NYC MCs.
He wasn't up there?
No.
I don't give a fuck.
Nah, come on,
I don't
bro.
give a fuck.
They have Ice
about
Spice
that.
on the list. I'm
Nigga,
not mad at it, but
nigga,
come on, you Sosa, nigga.
That's all good. We gotta figure out who makes
making
these
the
lists.
list?
That's like listening to the asshole on the corner or the drunk nigga on the corner talk shit, and you taking that word like it's solid gold.
You be
I
saying
can't.
that.
I said who's
got-
making
you
it
got give a
because
fuck.
nobody never puts this stuff out. Who is and yo, I'm glad that he asked that because you know I come from the side of before I did content, I was chilling with y'all,
Right.
smoking weed, rolling dice.
Right.
All my niggas, they pull a camera out. All my niggas is like, no,
Yeah,
put that
camera,
motherfucker
no
away.
camera.
We don't fuck with no camera. So
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand the dynamic,
Right.
but. You called me personally and you said, yo, Rand, everybody know my real name, yo, Rand.
Yeah.
You doing everything that you told me and everybody else to do.
Right.
And I said, oh, I'm gonna put myself out there.
Right.
I'm not gonna talk about my past really. I'm gonna deal with what's moving forward,
Right.
right? And I feel like that people from where we coming from aren't willing to take that chance and put themselves out there more because it's a lot of benefits on the other side. I think it's,
When you say put yourself out there, what do you mean? I don't.
you'll only do this when it's time for your record to come, right? Yeah. So if it's January or February and your record's not coming and somebody call you, you like, no, hell no,
But what
fuck
I'm
no.
doing it for? Tell me what we
Because
doing.
people want to know. Because people want to know who AZ is.
Daily
It
News
don't
now.
necessarily.
Now we
it
New
don't
York Times.
necessarily.
What are we
Nah,
doing?
don't-
Like,
nah, the
don't-
damn-
It's about business. It's about business. It's not personal. It's about business. We doing business. So now you talking about just, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm just chilling, man, relaxing. I just left the beach, man. Yeah, me and my lady and the kids. I'm chilling, man. I'm working out now. I'm trying to get my weight up. But yeah, how's everybody doing? Just for GP? This what you telling me?
No, it ain't for GP.
you telling me?
It's a promotional process. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so maybe-
And you're saying I'm not doing that. You called me many a days and said, yo, what you doing? I'm not saying I'm working out and I'm just coming back with the kids.
That's
and
because
all
we
that shit.
people, we
You
want
want-
dialogue.
you want-
But we
yeah,
saying,
yeah,
we trying to say
yeah.
if cameras was on us, I'm not gonna call you on the phone like, I gotta, yo, start the camera. Hey, man, what up, baby?
No,
What
no.
you talking about?
No, but what it is now, personality can give so many benefits and opportunities, whether it's movies,
Right.
you can get
Commercials,
a licensing
endorsements.
deal, like AZ, the Arizona Diamondbacks might be like, let's have AZ be. It's so many things.
It's real.
And it's how hip hop is structured. It's not structured for older artists to keep benefiting
Right,
off
right.
their catalog, off their music. The machine isn't set up to. That's why I was gonna ask you, how you staying so fresh?
Right.
We see rappers, they be down in the outs.
They be finished.
We know podcasters that
We out the way. That's the key is to stay out the way, right? You stay out the way and you handle business accordingly and you live your life, you know, on a certain type of path, right? You stay sucker free. You try to keep the fucked up energy away from you. You know what I'm saying? And stay around good energy and have a goal or ulterior motive in what you're doing on a daily basis. That's it. I didn't think it was too much to that. We trying to make something bigger than what it is. I don't get it.
Nah, it's just people. You have presence on this camera.
Right.
You know that.
I don't know that. I'm not
yes,
on the
you
camera.
do.
What are you talking? I don't know what I don't know shit.
Every music video you've done, any interaction, photos, it resonates.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? I could say that to you, man.
Be like, A's the coolest
Yes.
nigga still.
Bro.
He know what the fuck we talking
He know
about,
what it is,
bro.
but
No, that's on or off the camera. Fuck you talking.
But that's what people see
That
on the
market-
camera.
right.
That's
Right.
it's value. It's like
Right.
it's like me telling everybody that I turn to that was a former rapper,
Right.
singer, songwriter. The only thing they talk about is, yo, when I get this music, I'm gonna make this money. And I said, yo, it's so much. Yo, your music is your calling card.
Right.
There's so many other ways to make money and comfortably do your music because it's not a lot of niggas that's been through what you've been through and still fresh. People want to hear from them. You got Nori on Drink Champs like, yo, hey, when you gonna sit down with me? Like, people are calling for you. When we're online, when are you gonna get AZ? And when I look at it, I'm like, how the fuck do these niggas always still want to contact my nigga and he's out the way and he's not even thinking about none of these people? That's value, AZ.
That's
Mr.
real.
Cruz, that's value. So when you home chilling like I'm not doing that, I'm just like, yo, this nigga got so much more value than touring and giving music.
Right. That's real. Something to think about.
Because this social media shit, it's trash if you use it the wrong way.
Right.
It's fucking dope if you say, this is a promotional fucking vehicle. This is what Ebony and Essence and Source was doing. I don't need these niggas. I can do what Ebony sourcing on them was doing for me. Everything is right here. When people wrote stuff up, we were reading it to see what AZ was thinking. Oh, this is how he looks at the world. This is the president he's picking. This is what he doesn't give a fuck about. This whole platform is right here for you, and it's endorsements and sponsorship come with it.
He just had a moment when we was talking off camera. We was talking. You said pause. He's like, niggas still saying that? They want to hear dudes say. There's a culture that's saying pause, and there's another culture that's like, we shouldn't have to be saying that. What's your thoughts on that?
We're grown men. Why are we saying pause? What's your thoughts on that?
I hear that. I don't know. It's fun and games to me, right? I never did that, right? But I hear it so often now. It's fun and games, man. I don't know. I don't think a grown man should have to say that, but it is what it is.
But you said it keep you sharp. When I said
it do keep you sharp, because you gotta be mindful of what you say. You know what I'm saying? So it's like anything. It's just.
But you're already that way naturally.
Yeah,
you're very cerebral with your approach with all that stuff. Who taught you how to make money?
Life, right? I mean, when you're growing up and you figure that's what it's about, because it seemed to put a smile on everybody's face, and then you try to find a niche that makes sense for you. And I'm sure we all tried all type of shit to get some money. Some of the worst things in the world. Some. Legit wise, and you just see what fits with your spirit. And then you see, like I said, once again, the smiles is put on people's face, and yours as well. It takes away a lot of stress, man, and it makes you go harder. And the more you accumulate, the more you start seeing things different, right? And I think who said that? It's better on the top than the bottom.
I'm better on
it is when you
that
relax.
Drake said that, didn't he say that?
It's good when it's that zone and it's from that perspective, because when you're on a certain level, you do the foulest shit. You know what I mean? I've seen people do the foulest shit, and family members and things of that nature do the foulest shit when your stomach touching your back. And it's really not the person, it's the need of...
The circumstance.
It's a circumstance, the need of wanting certain things. And you know what I mean? From that, it was like, some people just destined, right? Shit just line up, and it's like you just favored a certain way, you know what I mean? And once I started doing certain things like this the life, and then being around, when you're growing up, you're around hustlers, you see like that's a different life. You want that. How can I do that without all the circumstances that come with it? You know what I mean? And that's what we all search for. So that's a drive for me.
What put you in position to get out of the streets and into the music legitimately?
It wasn't no position. It was right place, right time.
Yeah,
Just
like,
like
what
wrong
was
place,
that?
wrong time. It was just, just being on that phone. One of the homies like, yo, I know this nigga that get busy. Like, well, I get busy too. I don't care. You're in that zone, and then, I'm on the phone, and it's a couple of cats on the phone. They rapping, and one of them have to be. It's Nas, and I think Akinelli was on it, and it was like 2 more other rappers.
You was on the telephone.
We on the telephone, man. Back then it was like, niggas called from the jail. Yo, slip my man. You know what I'm saying? We young, so me and homie vibe. But I'm still never thinking about a deal. Like that's so far fetched.
That's how you
getting
met
a deal
Nas, though?
on
Was
the phone,
rapping?
on the phone rapping. Yeah, what up? We talking shit though, but then. We exchange numbers. We young niggas, you know what I'm saying?
I can't imagine Nas and AZ rapping on the phone, spitting bars at
Here's
each
the
other.
thing, nigga, it was happening all the time. It was my man in jail, he calling, he over here in Attica, he here, yo, spit this, yo, spit that. It was my little man from out there, he get busy, but we don't give a fuck, cause we still hustling, trying to figure it out. So me and him on the phone is not a game conversation. It's like spitting, yo, oh shit, yo, I like that, yo, word, where you from? Queens, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I don't think at that time I've been to Queens. I'm in Brooklyn. There's all kind of shit going on. So we spitting, whatever. We cool. Like I like how I'm like, that's motherfucking nice. You know when you spitting, you figure you the best with everything you do. To hear somebody like that, I'm like, all right, cool. So like I said, we exchanged numbers. I think everybody exchanged numbers or whatever. But time go on. You reach out here and there. What's good, man? Yeah, yo, my man just got shot. Oh, word, yeah, my little man got shot too. And we talking that. We talking more street shit than rap at that time. I'm going to the studio. Oh, okay, have fun. I'm going to get some money, right? So we could say almost a year passed. He like, yo, I'm over here in this studio. I guess he made his way up to an official studio. Like, yo, you want to come through? Come through. I'm not saying what studio it was in, but I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna come up there, see, get out the hood and go see what's going on. I ain't really,
I'm gonna go to the studio.
At that time, you're not traveling outside your circumstances. Back in the days, you where the comfortability at, you know what I'm saying? So I go there, I'm figuring he about, Nas about 250, 300 pounds, because he popping mad shit, how he rap. I'm like, this motherfucker, go see this big motherfucker, see what's going on, you know what I'm saying? I come through and when I meet him, like, this motherfucker, my height, my size, he fly, like, I'm like, oh shit, like, all right, and and then we got cool through the time, but through the whole shit, I never asked him to be on a song or nothing. Like, he recorded, half of Illmatic was recorded when I met him. Not the whole shit, so I'm there while he recording, whatever. I'm smoking my weed, I'm talking to my bitches, I'm chilling, regular shit. We doing regular shit, I'm not thinking about it. So, I mean, by the time we got to the end of this album, which was the last song, I think was Life's a Bitch.
I was about to
The
ask you.
last song
That was the last song.
Life's a Bitch, bro.
Right, and then when I heard that shit, I was like, when I heard the beat, I was in everybody in their zone. Like in the studio, he always kept a bunch of motherfuckers in the studio, so I'm just listening to the beat myself. Everybody smoke weed, these 3 niggas over there, these 3 niggas over there, niggas over here. And the beat came on, I was in my zone. I guess he was writing what he was writing. He was like, oh shit, hey, what's that? And I spit it, and I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. By that time, halftime, I was like, that, and I'm like, nigga, I ain't there yet. Cause I was writing, but he got a deal, so he gotta go extra hard. Me, whenever I wanna write, I write. So I wasn't taking it serious, like, the fuck are you playing again? Cause I figure he playing, nah, spit that. All right, boom, I spit it, and then motherfuckers liked it, and I'm like, all right, y'all niggas playing, y'all niggas high, man. I'm thinking everybody high.
That shit was fire.
I'm thinking everybody high because mind you though, this is him. He already got the halftime. He had the verses out from off third base shit and all that. So this is him building up. Yeah. And I'm over here what it got. Nigga, get the fuck out of here, right? I'm gonna spit my shit because you playing high.
I ain't hard to tell.
Yeah.
It ain't hard to tell and all that.
All that. Oh yeah, right, all that. So I spit it, they like it, whatever. Anyway, we don't say nothing about it. He like, oh, this shit gangsta, all right, cool, boom. Days pass, whatever, chilling. Like, y'all turn the album, like, oh, that's gangsta. All right, yeah, nigga, yeah, it's time, baby. I turned the album in. Okay. It's over. So I'm like, oh, it's game time. Right? I'm fucking with you regardless. I don't give a fuck. I'm not thinking about it. Like,
you like, yeah, I'm just rocking with you, so fuck
I'm good
it.
to be around some different energy. I ain't in the hood, you know what I mean? And he like, yo, I'll put that joint on the album too. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Stop playing. And then he played. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Shit is real. he kept it. He kept the joint. Wow. And I was like, and when I heard it, I hated my voice. And I'm like, damn, niggas ain't gonna like, I'm fucked up, man. I just waited. I got my shit right. This shit I'm saying to myself. Yeah. But the niggas started hitting it and they liked it. I'm like, oh, shit. And then it just, after that, everything just fell in place. That's it.
I think all the greats, whether it's media, artists, actors, they all hate their voice.
Yeah.
All the greats hate the sound of
I
it.
guess I'm gonna be great because I hated my motherfucking boy. He used to play, so I'd be like, oh my God, like, y'all,
It took me a while. I'm like, that's what, whatever. Man.
Yeah, imagine that on a fucking record. You hearing that? You looking at people and they playing. They like, motherfucker say, why you put this nigga on the album? That was my thought. Like, why you put this nigga on the fucking album? Like,
did you get your royalties from that? Did you make your money from that?
I'm not sure about that. I wasn't pressed for that neither. I got my publishing.
Yeah,
royalties,
that's
I don't
all
know.
I'm asking.
I got my publishing. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
got your publishing.
Yeah, he was always fair. He was
No,
always
I wasn't even talking
No,
about.
it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
But just so Nas know, I wasn't talking about if Nas gave it to you. I'm talking about basically was the label.
Right,
Did you
right,
get your publishing
right.
from the company
Right,
after you?
right.
turned
Nah, I
everything in?
always kept my publishing. Always kept my publishing.
So you got a grip from that because the album, the album sold 300,000. They said that back at that time, but that record was like. You made your money off of that record no matter what happened because it was a cult like everybody.
Yeah.
Still to this day, Life's a Bitch is top 5 favorite Nas songs, period, by itself or with a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
So you got your payment. What's a money commandment that you live by? Meaning, what you do to keep money inside your pocket?
Well, I mean, you try not to spend profusely. That's one. Don't spend profuse. Don't spend foolishly. Investments really kicks in when you're a little older because when you're getting it, you got splurge a little bit. You want to feel what comes with it. But sometimes you got to sit on it and figure it out, and always find a way to keep it coming in. You know what I mean? You got to keep that shit coming in. You got to find a way to always keep it multiplying. So yeah.
The acronym SOSA.
Right.
Save our streets, AZ. You still trying to save the streets, or is something else you trying to save now?
When I say save the streets, it wasn't. It was more or less a metaphor of the mindset. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like let me save the streets. It's really just the mindsets of the streets and just. Because at the time when I put that out, that was what year was that? That was Save Our Streets was like 99, 2000.
Yeah.
I know that blood thing was kicking in crazy, and I didn't believe it was hitting New York City like that, because we just crewed up in teams and gangs, not gangs, but just crews and teams and with that blood was kicking. So it was a lot of war going on, you know what I'm saying? And just seeing that late 80s, early 90s bloodbath from the crack era, then like a resurgence of that was coming into play, and I just wanted to just basically like, I get it, you know what I mean? Different eras, different shit, but let's always keep some rules to the game, right? That's what kept, well, even though it still went out of hand with the crack era, but it's certain rules that people have lived by, you know what I mean? When you hear Scarface, no women, no kids, it's certain shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So Save Our Streets was just basically like, I get it, get to it, get out of it, right? Whatever it is, get to it, get out of it. And that was more or less saving the streets is the mindset. It wasn't really like I'm coming to be some savior, like I'm coming from out the sky. I was just like, yo, this the mindset right here. You know what I mean? We all got problems. I know Problems was one of them on it. And just certain songs, if I could recollect. But yeah, that's what I was. That's what I meant by Save Our Streets, yeah.
Anytime people see a picture of you, one of the main comments, Sosa.
Yeah.
Sosa. It's always, I see that more than anything else, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That was it. That was that era, man. That hip hop era is a beautiful thing, man.
What you think about drill music?
I really ain't studied it too tough, but I get it. It's a wave that's going on. You know what I mean? You can never knock a wave. You just gotta really try to analyze it and see the benefits and the shit that's not beneficial about it. But I haven't tapped all the way in. I know they in their zone though. It's an energy.
It's an energy.
Drill is energy, right?
And they're starting to rhyme on beat, and it's starting to be.
You said they started rhyme on beat?
Yeah,
They're actually rhyming on beat now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that the older rappers was calling for these younger rappers to be real.
To be real.
Yeah, they were complaining like, yo, you rapping about stuff that you not living and all the rest of this stuff. Now they rapping about the shit that they living, and it's been a problem because it's like that they snitching on themselves and doing all this wild shit. But isn't it just, and this is my last question to you, isn't that just the new resurgence of what gangster rap was? When Dr. Dre and them was doing it, because wasn't they pulling out ratchets and going crazy? And everybody was saying, yo, they're wild as fuck when they doing that. Right. Is there a difference, do you think?
keep it 100. I really ain't studied it to really give my analysis on it, but I know we gotta keep our finger on the pulse because it's real. It's out there, it's going on, right? This is what music is about, right? The drill music was going on, right?
It's reflective of what's happening in the streets.
Yeah,
real.
Right.
It's really happening.
So they living it and they giving play by play.
In real time.
In real time, they doing the how they play them Fortnites and game, right?
Yes.
What we gonna do? We just hopefully it's a wave. You know what I'm saying?
Because I just ask because it's like it's more of a Brooklyn and a Bronx thing. I'm from Queens. I know there's Queens dudes doing
Right.
But the dudes that are getting the recognition mainly are from Brooklyn and from the Bronx. So it's just like I just ask people from Brooklyn and BK because I know that although that you're a veteran in the rap game, you got your ear to the street and people reach out to you a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that you might have had just a different like view on it because I'm not mad at the young boy. I swear to God, I'm not mad at the young boy. And I feel like from the generation, they kind of mad at the young boy. And I say, nigga, I wasn't, you know me, A.
Yeah.
I wasn't listening to what, nigga?
Yeah.
This is what I'm doing. If I'm gonna go down in the fire, it's gonna be because of me, not because A told me to do some shit.
Right.
A's my man, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I can't really be mad at the young boy. Their frontal lobe isn't developed.
Right.
I think that what they're missing is not even guidance. See, I thought it was guidance. It's camaraderie.
With who?
With other rappers and other beings. Just how A said, A was on the phone with Nas, Akinelli, and they had a chance to build. He thought he was a whole nother person before he met him. They already had built psychologically, mentally. They already had built, and they collaborated, and look what has come from it.
Right.
This new wave of people in society, not just them, we don't collaborate no more. The less amount of people, and I'm guilty. The less amount of people, the better. I want an impactful session. AZ, Jay-Z, Nas, Clue, Flex, High and the Kid. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be around 13 of y'all than a whole club of chicks and this and all this going on. And it used to be the other way around.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? So with that society, I think that the collaboration is low, so the work can't be as good. He heard Nas damn their whole album being done. So he know if he's spitting something, he gotta come with that thunder. Right. It's an expectation there.
Yeah. You were really thought-provoking dude. You're a thinker, you're a strategist, man. And hindsight's 2020, and we all like to reflect. Do you feel like there's anything you could have done to keep the firm together going? Or anything you regret that? Because there's mistakes I've made, and I'm like, if I had stepped in here, this could have kept on going. And there's other times, shit's gonna run its course. It is what it is.
Now the firm, we started off backwards. We didn't start off like, I think how the Wu started together and then everybody branched out. We was already individual and then we came together. So when you know how that feel, you like, all right, let me get back to my shit. This shit ain't working over here. So you'll put but so much in it, right? But it was love there. I think the breakdown probably was the newer components, you know what I'm saying? I think
Dr. Dre?
I think the Mega and Nature, that breakdown. And then it's not even them, it was more or less the powers that be trying to place them in certain positions. All right, you out, you win. Yo, you do this. Yo, you take this out. So, you know what I mean? And we dealing with brothers that's, passionate about what they do. So then the business started falling apart at that time. You start dealing with the emotions of the artist, right? And then now, and there's so many hands in the pot. You know what I mean? It wasn't. It was too much.
Dre took the blame for that too. He was like, I didn't have the time. I wasn't involved like he should have been. He even mentioned that, like, I should have been more involved with them.
But the funny shit is, it's like, to me, I know the expectations was great, but it's sold about 3 million. We talking about cassettes, vinyls,
Damn, it sold that
CDs.
much?
About so, right?
Wow.
Guarantee. We talking about worldwide, yeah. But I guess they were looking like, with Dre and them, they want 10 million. They want numbers, Snoop and man, they want numbers, baby. Like, fuck all that. For us, we'll take that. We'll take that. They're like, man.
Dre like, nah, this is supposed to be 10 million.
Yeah, that's the budget right there. Fuck it, this is a failure. But it was good. It was a great experience. You know what I mean? I got respect for everybody that was in it. And you know, it was good, you know?
It's this moment in time.
Right.
This is my last question, and I know I shouldn't say that, but I just want you to know this.
Right.
What would you change about the music business if you could, if you had the
I
power?
would change the music business. I was gonna say,
What's up, eh?
let the artists and producers get their fair share. So you got the distributors. We talking about since the beginning of the time. We talking about before rap. We talking about jazz, blues. If they would have really bust that paper down right, more lives would have been changed. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop came. We broke the door down a little bit. We got more the accolades, things that came with it, but we still got short-ended. You know what I mean? As far as royalties and splits. You know what I'm saying? And that's why that's why this independent era is going on now, because all the bullshit, we finally made it to being independent. But who fucking play fair? I'm saying that shit in the music business, but who the fuck play fair with anything? So they're like, man, fuck y'all work, y'all get paid $1 and get out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying Apple won't pay the motherfuckers for making the phones, you know what I'm saying? The China or whatever, making them pay them their fair share.
Yeah,
they not. They're gonna just take sweat off their back. You know what I'm saying? I feel that's what the label did with the artists, take sweat off their back. But I would give them more than I could have changed that in the industry. And I guess that's the same thing they did with SAG and all that, with the writers' strike.
The writers' strike.
It's over now because they stood tall and they came together, and now I'm sure they'll get their fair share, especially how things change with streaming and digital.
Get a better piece. Nobody get
no fair share, right? You fucking right.
They're gonna get a better piece.
But it's better than what the fuck it was, though. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just a matter. But we all from the streets, hip hop. We from different parts of the hoods, and we just got them defects and desires and egos and prides, and you know what I mean. It's hard. You know what I mean? It's hard. It's hard, bro.
Hey, we was on the phone with Ish from Joe Budden's show yesterday,
it was yesterday.
Or the day before, and he said, the problem with the music business is this. He said, Randy, you went to college like me, so you had a foundation, you had training. Niggas in the music business get a deal, and they street niggas, and now they got to become businessmen. And they feel like when they do good business, they're acting they're a sucker. If they pay somebody what they deserve, if they pay you on time, street niggas feel like I'm being a sucker by doing this motherfucker right, but that's technically good business.
Right. But hold on. Something profound just happened. I agree with that. But is it any different than what the music industry is doing? If they're not giving it fair and they feel like they're doing good business by shortcutting you, is that just the mentality?
They know that they're not doing good business. They don't think that they're doing good business by you.
It's just a slave mentality.
They know that they're not doing good business.
Okay.
It's just what it is. With the people off the street, you've never been a fucking businessman. Street business is totally different than corporate.
Yeah.
And that's where it gets crossed. That you got a lot of street niggas now trying to do corporate business with no training, and they don't listen.
But a street nigga feels like anytime they go above a fair value with somebody, and even that's your value, and they don't lose anything, they make more, they feel like they got shorted in the deal. Every time.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Be like, oh, yo, $1,200? Yo, I paid them $1,100.
No, I paid them $800. No, I paid $800. Yo, black people, we gotta stand up and do better. Yo, I want to thank my guy AZ for sitting down with us. He took time, he waited and everything. Hopefully, we can get 8 bars from this nigga real quick before he cut out. BagFuel, like, subscribe, super thanks. We take all of that. Tap the bell so you know when all the shows are dropping. Make sure you do that. Follow my man, HYNAKEN. Follow me, of course, ESSOWRLD. And he's quiet, AAZ Money. Later.
True indeed.